Alright, what up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Sunday, June 9th, and I am back in action. Was on vacation last week, and you already know, I got the Celtics shirt on for Game 2 of the Finals. But I am back, I am ready to kick some ass, so we'll jump in. And I got a party on Wednesday night, and you're all invited. So Wednesday, June 12th, 7 p.m. Central, I'm doing a webinar to talk about my 25 trade challenge. 25 trades in a row, nothing but A-plus setups on the Big 3 indicator. We'll do that in my room together, and yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. So come through on Wednesday night, bring an adult beverage or two, and we'll talk about the challenge, we'll talk about my recent account growth, and of course the A-plus setup. Now, since I did the indicator update, I've got 20 A-plus trades under my belt, 15 wins, 5 losses, 75% win rate, average win of 64%, average loss of 33%. In about a week or so, I'm going to reset the account, and we'll do a brand new 25 trade challenge together. I am looking forward to it. The whole goal of the challenge, a lot of you have probably read Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. The key to trading success, in my opinion, trading setup after setup after setup with a lot of edge. Right? Doing the same exact thing over and over and over again, and then judging yourself on the results of a series of trades. Not your current trade, not the next trade, but every 20-25 trades. If you can take setups of edge, take your profits where you should, take your exits where you should, at the end of that series of trades, you should come out on top. That is the goal of the challenge, to get you thinking like a trader. So come through for Wednesday. I'll put the link in the description. And yeah, aside from that, we'll jump in here. It might be an interesting week here, guys. We've got the one and only Jerome Powell, JP and the boys on Wednesday. So my thinking is between Monday and Thursday, I'm going to focus a little bit more on day trades. I've got a couple open swings, but I'm going to focus a bit more on the day trades, and then after Thursday, after Jerome, we'll take a look at the carnage, and we'll take it from there. But as things currently sit, it's a tale of two stories. A little bit of good and a little bit of bad. The bad would be the IWM and the Dow. We got the Russell here, the almighty Russell. Not a terrible chart, not a great chart. Big 3 score of -3. Neutral trend, neutral structure, bear momentum, and a big daily squeeze. I'm not going to buy it, I'm not going to short it, but again, it's not a great looking chart. That momentum break here, that's the first problem. When you lose momentum, if they can't get momentum back on the side of the bulls, then they're liable to break structure. If you break structure in a squeeze, you tend to get a pretty good dumper. So not the best chart, and then the Dowski here, it's a little bit the same. Big 3 score of -1, neutral trend, neutral structure, and bear momentum. What do I do with a -1? I don't do anything. I don't buy it, I don't short it. I can look, but I can't touch. I've got no edge. If I've got a +12, perfect, I'm going to find a squeeze, I'm going to get long. If I've got a -12, perfect. I'll find a squeeze, I'll get short. A -1, a +1, a +2. I got to leave that alone. So we'll see if the Dow and the small caps get any improvement after the Fed. The good in the market would be the S&Ps and the QQQ. The spiders here, there we go, pretty damn bullish. Momentum, structure, trend, buy signal, perfect score of 12, and better yet, my favorite thing in the world, a brand new daily squeeze. So therefore, my good people, we've got ourselves an A-plus setup. Now here's the thing. It's a brand new daily squeeze. That might mean the S&Ps need another 3, 4, 5 days of compression in that squeeze, and then they can work on the directional move. But keeping it simple, as long as we got an A+ setup, I'm not going to fight it, and I'm not going to doubt it. They can fire that squeeze to the upside. There's a path into 54.20 to 54.25. Buy signals on the weekly, the daily, 4-hour, 2-hour, and the 1-hour. Again, that could all change after the Fed. Jerome could come out and F everything up, but if he doesn't F everything up, I think that daily squeeze takes the S&Ps towards 5,400 or higher. I'm not going to swing trade it until Thursday. That is the key. And then the QQQ. The big bad QQQ. Daily chart checks out. Perfect score of 12. Buy signal. The trend, the structure, the momentum. We have a 1-hour buy signal, a 2-hour, a 4-hour, and I think the big to-do here has got to be this weekly chart. Check it out. Brand new weekly squeeze. Brand new weekly buy signal. All the pretty colors. A+ setup. Again, it could all change after the Fed. As long as that signal prints here off the weekly, there's a path for the QQQ towards 477 to 480. If they don't cancel out that signal, I'm not going to fight it, and I'm not going to doubt it. So for now, I love the QQQ weekly. I like the SPX daily. I don't see myself doing too much with the Dow and the IWM. So there's the indices, and then moving on to the setups here. We had a couple good trades last week. We found the A+ 4-hour squeeze here in Coinbase. Bought some calls on Tuesday and then sold them on Wednesday for a 50% profit. And yeah, it's as simple as that. Squeeze, A+, I buy it. I am a simple man. So Coinbase is good to us, and then about a week or so ago, we bought some calls here in T-Mobile off of the daily A+ setup. Now, oh God. Oh, T-Mobile. We bought our calls back here. We sold them up here for about a 50% profit. And then T-Mobile just went freaking nuts. Crazy push. So needless to say, I left a few bucks on the table here. Looking back on it, though, it had the makings of a big move. A+ daily squeeze, A+ on the 2-day squeeze, A+ on the 3-day squeeze. Wait, there's more. A+ on the weekly. That's beautiful stuff. That's the power of the nested squeeze. Daily squeeze fires, that triggers a 2-day. 2-day fires, that wakes up the 3-day, so on and so on. So yeah, we took a profit out of it, so I can't complain about that, but left a couple of buckaroos on the table. So for the watch list for the week ahead here, I've got Amazon, QQQ, ASML, AI, Apple, ADP, BAC, BKNG, and a few more. I won't cover them all for the sake of time. If you want, pause the video, take a screenshot, write them down. If you got the green A+, it's perfect long. If you've got the red A+, that is your perfect short. But a few that I like here, we'll do Amazon first. Amazon over on the weekly. Brand new A+ weekly squeeze. Now, it's a brand new weekly squeeze. Amazon might need another 3, 4, maybe 5 weeks of compression. Then they can work on a path higher, so it's a newborn. It's a newborn squeeze. But I think one to keep an eye on. As long as that signal prints, that weekly squeeze can take those on towards $200 and change. Now, the one little problem here, it's got the perfect weekly. The daily chart leaves a little bit to be desired. 21 EMA under the 50. No buy signal. Big 3 score of 3. neutral trend, neutral structure, bear momentum. Perfect weekly chart, a very neutral daily chart. So the key for that weekly squeeze, they've got to get a brand new daily buy signal. If they can get a brand new daily buy signal here, then I think a really good chance they can take that weekly squeeze, crank out a push towards $200. And a little bit like that T-Mobile example, you've got the weekly, you also have the 3-day squeeze, not A+ just yet, and you've also got the 2-day squeeze. If they can improve the daily, improve the 2-day, improve the 3-day, then potentially Amazon here is setting up for a big move. So I like that one. And then next up is BAC, Bank of America, A+ on the daily. You got your momentum, you got your structure, your trend, perfect score of 12. Like I said, it's not going to be a BAC story. It won't be an XLF story. It'll be a Jerome Powell story. My favorite story ever. But I like it for now. And I got some calls here. And if we can get a push this week, I'm looking for a move towards 41 to 41.50 on the BAC. Next up is AI. When I think of AI, I think of Allen Iverson. Practice? We talk about practice, man. Not the game, not the game. But AI here, we got the A+ off of the 2-hour. We bought some cheap calls here last week, looking for a push towards 32 and change. Good old AI. Next up will be BKNG. And this one is A+ on the daily and A+ on the weekly time frame. That weekly squeeze continues to develop. There could be a path here towards 4,100. Keep an eye on BKNG. Then we've got Broadcom. So Broadcom, they have earnings on Wednesday. And I think a little speculation out there, could Broadcom be the next big semiconductor to do the stock split, a la Nvidia? I've got no freaking idea. I've got no clue, but I like that weekly squeeze. Last time Broadcom had an A+ weekly squeeze, that triggered a pretty hefty move from back here. So we'll find out if history can repeat itself. I'd like to buy it right here. Earnings on Wednesday makes that a little bit tricky, so I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with Broadcom just yet. But I would like at some point to buy some calls here for a push out of that weekly squeeze. So that one will be on the watch list. And then Berkshire, Uncle Warren, A+ on the 4-hour, little 4-hour action, and A+ on the weekly. And I'll look at one more for you good folks here. Let's go look at Pinterest. There's an exciting one. So, brand new A+ squeeze here on the daily chart for Pinterest. Good setup, not my favorite entry. That big green line, that is my upside target. We found a good setup, but it's already at the target. What I think you do from here, wait for a bit of a pullback. Even a pullback to an hourly 21 EMA, that can give you an entry that offers a much better risk-reward. So I don't think I would chase Pinterest, but maybe on a little pullback. Then you fight for a spot for that daily squeeze. But alright folks, that is that for tonight. 7:15, I've got 45 minutes here before the game, so I'm going to get ready for that. And yeah, I'll put the link in the description for the Wednesday webinar. Come hang out, come through. It'll be a good time, and we'll talk about the 25 trade challenge. Until then, have a great night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Adios.